Greetings, YouTube. We got this message yesterday afternoon that was a bit of a surprise to everybody, myself included. And I just want to say that there's a lot to talk about in this short message. So let's read it together, shall we? Summoners, we would like to inform you that instead of the regular 2-week break between Alliance Wars seasons, we're going to have an extended 3-week break this season. This is to prepare for some new additions to Alliance Wars that we'll be announcing late this week. Well, that post came out on a Wednesday, so late this week would mean in the next couple days, right? I mean, there's not much left to the week. But the question becomes, what could these changes be, and do we think they're going to be good? Because I remind you, for those of you who have forgotten or maybe joined the game in the last couple of weeks or even a month, the last time Kabam made one of these announcements, they took away diversity until the community rebelled so successfully that they decided to return it. Now, Kabam has been insistent that they want to be transparent going forward, and they want to make sure that before they make any major changes to anything, especially Alliance War, that they get the community's input. So I'm a bit worried that when you talk about new additions to Alliance Wars and you talk about needing to wait an extra week because they're going to be that significant, that these kind of things may actually not help. It is no secret, if you've been watching my channel, that I hate Alliance War seasons. I think they're the worst thing to ever happen to the game. It is no surprise, and I can't believe Kabam is claiming that they're shocked, that there's cheating going on. When you offer the quote-unquote best rewards you've ever seen in a mobile game that's all about getting ahead of the top of the competition, you're going to have people do anything necessary to get those rewards. It is the baseball analogy of the steroid era, and we've seen it in full display. Now, thankfully, some of the piloters and some of the cheaters have been caught, and we saw multiple ban waves in the past couple weeks toward the end of Season 4. But I do think that overall, it's at least my belief that the nodes are already hard enough to where, at least at the moment, from what I can tell in alliances that are way beyond my skill level or desire to even compete in the Master and even Platinum brackets, that while there are certain nodes that are really, really annoying, they're still beatable. And if you use boosts and you're patient and you're skilled, you could still have very little, if not zero, deaths in the current iteration of Alliance War. And I realize that Kabam has said that their goal was never to put a war map out that did that. And even in the last time they gave us an announcement that their goal was never for you to 100% complete the map, but exploration rewards are also really nice. And if your alliance doesn't get to explore the map, you're costing yourself rewards and shards, whether that be 4-star shards or 5-star shards, or for some people 6-star shards. That's really important. And this current season and this current breakdown is already burning enough people out as is, that if anything, I think Alliance War seasons should improve on rewards and not get worse. I still hate that they've broken up the seasons into half of your rewards, because it would be one thing if the seasons ran back to back, but with this 2 and now 3-week break, you have the exact same rewards that you used to get over the span of a month, separated over a month and a half because of the breaks factored in. How is that fair to the community? And how is that going to let you progress faster? In fact, it will do the opposite, right? You'll progress a lot slower. And maybe that is actually the theory behind these sudden new deals for Tier 5 basic fragments, and Tier 2 alphas are becoming a bit more common, but we just recently saw the 6-star quote-unquote deal for the first time for an Odin. So Kabam might know that they're slowing down our progression for what was promised originally in Alliance War Seasons rewards by spreading them out, like I said, over a month and a half instead of a month. And so, hey, if you want to stay ahead and if you want to be at the top, ready to compete, you're going to have to whale out, if you will, on those really expensive $100 deals that get you anywhere from 3,000 6-star shards to 9,000 Tier 5 basic fragments to maybe 1 to 1.5 tier 2 alpha catalysts. Either way, I just want to say this. Alliance Wars has kicked a lot of people's morale out the window. And we've seen a lot of great YouTubers and a lot of great players in general just throw up their hands and say, I don't want to be in this rat race anymore. I don't want to be in this stressful thing. Now, if that's you, I always say, don't quit the game. You've put so much time and effort and you probably still love aspects of it. Just either leave your alliance and go alliance free for a couple months, or go from like Master or Platinum to a gold one, or if you don't even want to be that competitive, like a silver. I had somebody message me that they went from like a Plat 2 to a Silver 2, and it was the best decision they ever made. It was like going from the NBA to junior varsity in terms of skill level. So you're like the god of your alliance because you're playing with people who maybe have a couple of rank 5 4-stars, and here you are bringing in your 565 squad to just wreck every single boss. I mean, that would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind playing down. I think that would be fun and stress-free. Talk about something where you never have to worry about using boosts or units or anything. And yes, I realize that most people would say that's terrible because you need to care about all the rewards. But, you know, this game is like trying to score a touchdown, and every time you get close to the end zone, they just move the goalposts. If you really want the best roster ever, and if you ever want to be on top, you're always going to be having to push yourself even more, and it's going to come at an eventual cost to your friendships, to your relationships, to your work. I had a couple people tell me that they got divorced because of Marvel Contest of Champions. Now, of course, that's not MCOC's fault. That's the gaming community culture in general when you get addicted to something, in the same way that everything from all of the most addictive games we have seen in the past. I knew friends that said that Fortnite is now being banned in certain church cultures because it's, we've seen professional sports cultures who have banned it, like hockey teams, baseball teams. So I'm just saying, don't be so caught up in competing for rewards that you sacrifice everything in real life, because you'll wake up one day and realize that your life is just not what it was and you're not really even happy. I just hope that these new additions will be good for the community. Yes, I realize there might be some different nodes, and that's to be expected. But if you really drastically change the meta of it, if you do something like take away diversity, or you make nodes like 500% health instead of 200 or 300% health, to where you're just basically saying no matter how great you fight, you are going to time out, unless I guess you've got a 565 or 6-star rank 2, for those of you lucky out there enough to have Corvus. Maybe that's the case. I just know, for the most part, other than the piloting issue and the other cheating issues, the people who are playing the right way at the top seem to have figured out the map enough to have their skill take them to the top, and that should be the goal for Alliance War. It should be skill-based, and yes, Kabam needs to make their money, but don't make it so hard that even the best players have to throw up their hands and say, this is just such a cash cow, clearly money-making fiesta, that I'm out, because that destroys the whole purpose of being good at this game. So please tell me what you think about potential changes. Obviously, we will know these specific changes, but I just hope, and maybe the title of this video will be something like this, but I just hope the new Alliance War changes don't suck, because it's already sucking the morale out of enough players. We don't need any more reasons to quit the game or to quit Alliance War. Let's actually have something that's enjoyable, because I've saw plenty of people who got those Alliance War crystals from the Platinum brackets and ended up with far less Tier 2 alphas than I did in Gold, and that sounds criminal, to have all that work and all those boosts and all those units more, and to end up with less rewards than somebody in a worse bracket. But that's what the RNG does. Sorry to all of you who sent me those screenshots of 5 crystals and 5,000 Tier 2 alpha fragments. That just really sucks. Oh, and last thing, make sure, if you are wanting to compete and if you're really, really close, that you tell your alliance over the course of the next few weeks to stockpile your items. I had plenty of people message me that said that the reason why they moved up not only was because of the people ahead of them being docked for piloting, but it was also that they went into the new season of Alliance War with plenty of items stocked, so no one could have any excuses about not boosting up their health and everything else to make sure that they were ready to take on the hardest fights on their path. So just a quick advice to end this video. Thanks for watching, and please let me know what you hope to see, if any, with the new additions to Alliance War, which should be out in the next couple of days.